I hope you are doing well, and welcome back to Verse of the Day. Today's day 107, Verse of the Day. Today's verse is Isaiah 11:4. Prophet Isaiah speaking amazing words right now. But with righteousness he shall judge the poor, and decide with iniquity for the meek of the earth, and he shall strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall kill the wicked. I want to emphasize the poor and the rich. With him judging the poor, I find it so interesting and so understanding. Like, the knowledge of Christ was just so crazy, because he said that the love of money is the root of all evil, and it is. Let me explain that. If you are poor, we're not going to go to homeless. That's a different side of poor. But poor, if you are struggling to pay rent, food, gas, barely paying bills, or even medical treatment, I don't know what that is, but the Lord loves those people. Why? Because they are desperate. What are they desperate in need of? They are desperate and in need of a Savior, helping their lives. There's a difference between, God, please, I just need like $100 more. If I don't have that, I can't live here anymore. I'm not gonna make my rent. So Lord, just please, I don't know how. I know you're gonna provide. I know that you have won every battle. Okay? Why can't you do it now again? And the more that you become desperate, the more you read, the more you want to do the will of the Lord. The more faith, the more trust, the more belief that, man, this is my God. He can do it no matter what. So I'm going to believe that. I'm going to trust that. And I'm going to strive for that. And you know what he does? He does provide. But now, if you're a rich person, you don't have to. There's no desire. There's no desire to get anything from the Lord, because you already have everything. You already have cars. You have a house. You have money to do stuff. You go on vacations, blah, 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 etc. But there's not like I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, you don't need anything from God, so what is there to need? Yes, tithing. Yes, that is so important. I know a family that they were tithing and they were barely making rent, and then after a couple of years, they finally, God provided, and the father was able to get his job, just boom, and he started making better career. But with everything what I just said, with careers and making tithing, it just all goes back to the heart. Where is your heart posture? Where's your desire? With me personally, it is like a couple weeks ago, I was just in a state of, man, my life is good. I have loving parents. I have a loving family, siblings. I have a loving community. I have a great church. I'm living a good life. I do sports. I got video games. Like, I was just living good, and I just stopped reading and just love. I'm like, why do I need God's love if life is good right now? Does that make sense? Like, I was in a state of, I don't need you, because what you have isn't important in my life right now, even though it should have been, for sure. But I just got to that state of that mindset of being like, because I didn't need to change, because what I had, I was comfortable with. I was just in the motion. But then when I got to a point, I started working, I started getting tired, and I started doing the repetitive things every single day, and I was like, man, life is getting boring. It's just going through the motive. Nothing is changing. It's just there. Like, I'm just here. There's nothing for me to do after work. Like, I was just so bored, so sick of it. I was like, why am I doing this to myself? I want to change. And it took me so long to. For me to change that mindset took me so long. And I regret even having that mindset in the first place. I need Christ every single day, every single minute. Like, I can't live without Christ anymore. I can't live without his call of God. And I even stopped reading the Bible because of that. You know what I mean? So, like, that's just a little testimony of saying that can happen. If you start living in a Richie mindset, God will say, okay. If you want to do that, sure. And I started distancing myself from him, and it became even harder to even speak to him. I'm like, I even stopped speaking to him because I got so far in to my own head, my own flesh, that I really just ignored him. And it killed me. I don't want that to happen to you. So let's take the poor people that God describes are righteous because they are righteous, because they are desperate for the need of the Lord, the love, the grace, and the mercy. And He will put it on you if you fulfill and love what He says in the Bible. That was today's verse today. I hope you enjoyed. See you tomorrow. God bless my friend. God bless my friends. And if I was ranting a little bit, I apologize, but I just wanted to tell that to you guys today. Be honest with I'm trying to be more honest with this YouTube channel because it's for you guys. It's for God. And I'm gonna be a hypocrite if I don't say, yeah, do this, blah 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 blah, do this. But then over here, I'm living a second life. That's not what I'm saying, and it's pretty evil, and it's not right. So I'm trying to be honest with you guys. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.